All right, in this video series, I'm going to be showing you how to identify areas in your body that are affecting your golf swing performance. Then I'm going to take you through some exercises or activities that can help improve those areas so that you can play with consistency, confidence, and knowing that you're going to beat your friends. So here we go. First, I want to show you how to screen yourself to see if you're having a strong correlation with your body and loss of posture or early extension. So that test is going to be a deep overhead squat. So I'm going to show you how to perform that and how to assess yourself, and then we'll break that down step by step in the series of videos regarding exercises or activities you can do to improve your deep overhead squat, which would in turn help improve your golf game. What I'd like you to do is record yourself. So you're going to set up your camera at hip height and facing directly towards you. And then after you get that video, then you're gonna turn to the side and refilm it. So I'm gonna show you the two views, the front view and then the side view. So what I'd like you to do is grab an iron, place the iron on top of your head, and then you want your elbows to be at 90 degrees on both sides. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna space out your feet to shoulder width apart, keeping your toes and feet facing straight ahead. Then what you do is you're going to reach up to the top and you're going to squat down as low as you can, trying to keep your heels on the ground. So you're just going to try and go as far as you can. So that's the front view of the squat. The idea is that you want to be able to squat as low as you can that is comfortable. If you have pain with this, then I highly recommend seeing somebody regarding getting that addressed before you continue. Here is the second view. So I'm going to break that down for you, and I'm going to show you the angles and the lines and everything that you should be looking for to know if the upper body is playing a role in your deep overhead squat. So the perfect deep overhead squat for the upper portion is that your trunk is parallel with your shins, and your hands, when they're over your head, is that they are over your footprint. If you're feeling that your trunk is going too far forward and you're not able to keep your hands and arms over your footprint, that's an indication that you're having a mobility problem in the upper body. Now that we've gone over how to assess the upper body with the deep overhead squat, there is a compensatory pattern that we can do that will enable us to determine whether it truly is an upper body mobility problem or if it's something down in the lower chain, hips, knees, and ankles. So here's how you do that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put your hands together like this, fingertips. You're gonna place them behind your head, just like this. Bring your elbows in. And then what you're gonna do is perform the same squat. If you find that you can perform the deep squat in a much better position, meaning your hips go at 90, if not below, and you're able to get deeper into the squat and perform it, that's a big indication that the upper body truly is limiting you. Because by you being able to squat lower, that rules out the hips, knees, and ankles. But if your deep squat did not improve with the compensation pattern, then we need to look deeper into what's going on from the lower body. Now here's the real question that needs to be answered. Why does the deep overhead squat and the limitation of upper body mobility play such an important role in the golf game? Or why or how is that affecting my swing? Well, if you're not able to rotate or maneuver in the thoracic spine, you're going to limit your ability to turn into the backswing and also in the downswing. As we know, golf is a rotational sport. So if you are limited to one direction, your body's very good at compensating. So you may have to, on the backswing, extend your hips in order to get more rotation. And that is what you call loss of posture in the backswing. Now, if your thoracic spine doesn't have enough side bend in it, that means when you go down into impact and that rotation happens at the hips and you side bend, dropping right into that slot, you're not going to be able to do that. So what happens is you get into that impact position, you're going to early extend, causing you to come up off the ball. And can you see my head height is when I come down into impact and I early extend, it changes the height of my eyes, which could simply cause you to top the ball and have a faulty swing. So that's how the thoracic or upper body mobility plays such an important role. That's why it is important that you fix your body so that you can be able to train your golf swing to be more efficient. So that's the important question, is why or how does this relate to golf? And that is how. So I'm gonna show you a few exercises that'll help you improve the upper body mobility. And we're gonna target the thoracic spine and the lat muscles. So those will definitely help improve your ability to keep your hands and your arms over the footbed so that you can perform an overhead squat with greater ease. All right, so if you tested positive for the upper body mobility problem with the deep overhead squat, I want to show you a simple exercise to improve the thoracic spine mobility. The thoracic spine works off of 3 planes of motion: forward and backward bending, side bending, and rotation. So I'm going to show you a rotation exercise that should help free up some of the spine and improve the mobility of it. Check it out. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit onto your heels. You're going to place your forearms on the mat or floor, keeping them tucked in towards your knees. You're going to place your hand behind your head and neck. And what you're going to do is with your left shoulder blade, you're going to retract it and try to pinch your blades together as you rotate. Bring it back down, pinch those blades together and retract them. This should help improve that thoracic spine mobility. And then you're going to repeat it on the other side. The key to this is to rotate, really retract that shoulder blade, rotating around to one side as much as you can that is comfortable. I recommend starting at 3 repetitions and build up your tolerance from there and then repeat. Obviously it's a stretch, so you're gonna feel some stretching sensations. However, it shouldn't be painful. Now that we've worked and improved the thoracic spine rotation, I'm gonna show you another exercise that'll help improve the extension. So I'm gonna use a foam roll to assist me with this one. What you're gonna do is go on to your heels. You're gonna place your hands out in front on top of the foam roller, and you're gonna try to lower your chest down to the floor. Arch it up and try to lower it down to the floor. As you can tell, my spine is extending. I can round and then extend, trying to just push my chest to the floor, which should give me a little bit of that extension motion in the thoracic spine. I can go ahead and get a little bit further out with the foam roll and really just try to pull my chest down to the floor. All right, so that's how you work on the thoracic spine mobility as far as rotation and extension. With the extension one we just did, I recommend starting off with 3 repetitions and build up your tolerance from there. You got to listen to your body because it'll let you know how many repetitions you are able to do. You shouldn't have pain with this, maybe some stretching sensations. If you do have pain, I'd recommend getting evaluated so you can figure out what's going on and what's causing that pain. So today we looked over the thoracic rotation and thoracic extension. That should help improve that deep overhead squat. The next portion is going to be the lat stretch. Because that muscle does play a role in your ability to keep your hands over your footprint on the deep overhead squat, I'm going to show you an easy way to start stretching that out. So what you're going to do is you're going to go onto your hands and knees. You're going to place your hands off to the side. So we're going to stretch my left lat, which is found right through here. I'm going to place my hands to the right, and I'm going to sit down towards this way, towards my hip. And I'm just going to sit down, and I should feel a stretch right through here in the side of my rib cage. So right now my palms are down on the mat. If I want to increase it, I can start putting my thumb up. And to really increase it, I'm going to turn my palm up. I'd recommend doing that for at least 3 repetitions and build up from there. To maximize that stretch is to really just put the palm up because it'll maximally stretch that lat muscle and give you a real nice deep stretch there. With any stretching exercise, it's good to have a controlled breathing pattern. A typical one is to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. On the exhale is when you should really kind of lean into that stretch, and you'll feel that muscle start to reduce some of that tension and improve the flexibility. Go ahead and work on your thoracic spine, rotation and extension, and that lat stretch. That should definitely help the deep overhead squat. So now that you finished that round, I want you to go ahead and re-video yourself or re-record yourself doing the deep overhead squat, and let's see if you've improved that forward trunk and also the hands over the footbed. Hope this was helpful. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to assess your deep overhead squat when it comes to the hips, knees, and ankles. So stay tuned. I got that coming your way and a few exercises to help improve that. I'll see you guys in the next video.